Brand new, $32, USA made, Craftsman toolbox. In new condition? Well, it's new, but it wasn't in great condition when I got it. Keep watching, see how we got it to this. Can you tell I wasn't expecting to pick up a super cheap toolbox today? Check this out. It's not every day you pick up a toolbox brand new for 32 bucks. Now 32 was 129. Bent. Yeah, a little bit of damage right down there. We'll have to pull that out. Was not planning on picking this up today. I was actually going. Got two Ford truck doors. I was actually getting some new doors for that girl right there. So let's pull this out and go take a look at it. Yeah, you can see how much is bent. That's supposed to essentially be touching. All the other drawers seem to work just fine. I do have the keys and the casters, instruction manual. I got the keys here. Not a super, I mean, it's not a high dollar piece at all, but for 32 bucks, you really can't go wrong. You can see the damage a little bit better. That's a 6-inch drawer. Yeah, I don't think so. It looks closer to, well, 5 3/4. I think there's some tall tales going on right here. 5 1/2. So we got to stretch that back out. So the whole bottom is actually one piece. I wasn't sure, but it goes in, across the front, down, and then it actually wraps around these sides and stuff like that. It's just spot welded on the front, and there's these little ugly tabs that they did across the front. I could cut out all the spot welds, but there's spot welds all the way around. There's probably, yeah, there's spot welds all the way around. I can cut out all the spot welds, take it out, and I'm sure I could get it perfectly straight or really close just by hammering and dolling it. I do have a stud welder for auto body that I could weld some studs to it and try to pull it out. This is the bottom. I mean, I can drill holes, and that would probably be even stronger. I mean, because this is pretty thick gauge steel. I mean, I could just drill a couple holes, or actually just, you know, maybe I'll just weld a bracket on there and just pull this whole thing down. And I'm sure I can get it pretty freaking close to where it was. And it's just black, so I mean, just gloss black spray paint's going to match it really close. So I think I'm going to sand off a little bit. I'm going to weld a couple rings or tabs or something, and just try to pull it back down. Maybe there's treasures in this bottom drawer. Who knows? It hasn't been opened since it got damaged. But I'm sure it was in the box when it got damaged. But this is what I got. So since this lip protrudes probably about 5/8 of an inch, so I just need to pull this within 5/8 of that. I just got some really heavy duty, this is like 3/16 angle iron, and we're just going to set that there. We're going to take this bolt, and we're just going to weld the bolt to it, put it through this little hole I drilled, and just cinch it up. And we'll do this a couple times in a couple different spots, and that'll apply enough force. I have a slide hammer and stuff. I just don't think it's strong enough. I think I'm just going to be breaking off and not getting far enough, and sometimes with the slide hammer, the things are so small you end up making, you know, pimples. And I don't want to make a ton of pimples. I want to actually pull it out. So I'm going to just weld this nice and solid right there. Not too solid, but, and then we'll just start pulling it. Too deep for a deep saw. other things are straightening out nicely. I can start giving it a little massage right there in a minute. Okay, let's give it a little massage right there. Let me get a body hammer. Went a little far, but that's okay. I can pull it back out from the inside. Let's give it a little bit more. And let's let it off. That's it. See how straight that is. Not that we're ever going to be looking at it, but let's throw a straight line. We are golden. I actually think that looks phenomenal. Got a little oil canning now. I'm going to take some of that out. Should we flip it up and see if this drawer pulls out? Let's see if it moves right now. Yes, it does, and it's not even damaged. Okay, good. Woo! You have some oil canning on the bottom. Not a huge deal. Don't think it'll interfere with the casters or anything at all. But I just kind of want to play around and kind of tackle it. So you can see this. So the problem is when it dented, the metal went in and it had to go somewhere, so it's just stretched. The metal, probably just in this little area right here, is stretched out. And so when I pulled the dent out, it has nowhere to go because it's too long to fit between the sides. So now we get this. So the way you re-shrink it down is by heating it up and cooling it off really fast. Or you can just put a bunch of tack welds. You know, tack welds will cool off by themselves and shrink up the metal as well. But we have some, this is snow, but you just use a wet rag. You heat it up, cool it off. The oil canning's pretty much gone. Now we need to pull the drawer out. We need to pull the drawer out to put the casters on anyway. Let's pull out the drawer, and then I can work out some of these dents a little bit better by having a dolly behind it instead of just hammering straight sheet metal, which you usually just chase dents. So let's just stand it up. I mean, you can't even, unless you're looking for it, you do not see that at all. This upper lip is a little bent in. Oh, we got a drawer liner. That doesn't even go to this. Oh, it's a top liner. Okay, that's the top. Bending that up. Just by hand, back to where it was. Yeah, not bad at all. I think we can actually just put the casters on. We could be done. Put a little spray paint on the bottom. It works. So I threw on some different casters that actually came with it. It came with these nice huge casters, but they actually made it too tall because I wanted to go under my workbench. So I figured I'd try these little small casters out. Small casters kind of suck because they get stuck in all the grooves as you're rolling it around. But I figured I'd try it out, and if not, I'll put these bigger ones on. But then the small casters were so small that I worried that it wasn't going to, you know, this is 3.5 inch, 3 inches wide. It distributes the weight a little bit better. So I ended up just taking this 1/8 inch plate that was already cut, didn't have to do anything to it. And I actually just kind of screwed that to one right here, one over here first, and then I just bolted these casters through. So that's all done. I'll save these for another project, or for this if I decide to move it somewhere else in the future. But now all the paint should be dry. It actually looks really good. Let's flip it up, put the drawers in, and see how we look. I didn't even notice that till I got home, but made in the USA with global materials. Not exactly sure what that means. I'm sure that means that, you know, I think you can say made in the USA if it's 75 or 90% made here. But I'm sure where it says with global materials means it's probably only 50% made here. So maybe they just assemble it. I don't know. My lift stays up 99% of the time. It rarely ever goes down or gets moved. So I just need, you know, a place to store a couple more tools, battery chargers, stuff like that. And then if I need to lower my lift or move it, this can easily just come out to the side. The lift can lower. This can just go right back in. I like it. Actually seems to roll pretty good. I have some grooves on the ground right below, but it seems to not care that much. And having 360-degree pivoting casters lets me get it exactly where I want it. Not bad for 30 bucks. So it didn't come with any drawer liners, but it came with the drawer liner material for the top, which is fine. I just don't like this very much. This stuff just moves around, and I don't want that on the top, and I don't necessarily just want a bare metal surface. So what I did is I just cut out some really thin particle board real fast, and that'll fit in right there. This stuff will just supply some good cushion for it. Get it lined up. And then there's a lip, which is good. So what I can do is when I'm disassembling something bigger, I can use this as extra workspace. You know, if I'm disassembling a bigger machine, this can be extra workspace. And put stuff around when I'm done. I can just roll it back under. But there we go. I think that's going to work out really cool. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I figure I have about 30 minutes invested in the repair as far as pulling the dent, spray painting it, oil canning out. Actually, not bad at all. It took me longer to put different casters on so I could fit it under my bench and make the wood top than it did actually to do the repair stuff I would have done anyway. I got this from Lowe's. I've seen a lot of damaged toolboxes at the Home Depot. They discount stuff pretty severely when it gets damaged, and everything I've ever seen is pretty repairable or just cosmetic, you know. It's a toolbox, not a piece of jewelry, but very cool to get something a quarter of the price of new. Thought you guys would enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys soon. Bye. The question is, can you tell it's ever been damaged? Maybe, if you're looking for it. But you got to look at it in the right light, and you can see a little bit of waviness to it. But overall, you would never be able to tell unless you watch the video.